All praise to the Most High, through His only begotten Son, that the one that the most everybody called what? That Jesus Christ. We come here again for another lesson, another video, right? To wake the people up, to wake the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, the 12 tribes of Israel first. And if any heathen is interested in learning, fine, they can still learn if they fear the Most High. So, without any further ado, this video is going to be titled Destruction for the Sinner, because most of y'all, mostly Christian, we've been taught so many lies, so many doctrine. So we all believe that where, Jesus died, we're all going to get saved, stuff like that. It's not going to go down that way, brother and sister. Unfortunately, it's not going down that way. You must read your Bible. You must keep the law, the commandment of the Most High, or you will perish. I'm going to say it again. Either you keep the law and the commandment of the Most High, or you perish. Either you get down with the program of the Most High, or you perish. Simple, right? So before starting, I'm going to go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. I'm going to go to Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5. Okay, I'm going to start with that. That's the Most High. Okay, so this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verses 5. Let's read it. Say, trust in the Lord. What does it mean to trust? When you trust in the Lord, that means you must keep His commandment, because you have faith, you're going to get paid, or He will deliver you in a time of affliction. That's what it means. He said, trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Your heart is your mind. Now your heart ain't your body. Now, your heart is your mind. And lean not. What does it mean to lean? When you lean on something, that means you rely on it. So whatever you do, you want to go back to that thing. So you say, well, and lean not unto thy own understanding. So mostly we, or the so-called Christian, right? They're all about feeling. I feel this way. I want to do that. I feel like I can do me, logi, all. Now, with the Most High, you're going to perish straight up. Right? He said, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways, acknowledge Him. That means what? What does it mean? That's basic English, right? In all thy ways, acknowledge Him. So whatever you do or we do, we must go back to this Bible. For this is the book of life. That's the only thing that's going to deliver us. So He said, in all thy ways, acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy path. So only the Most High can direct our ways. How? If we keep His law and His commandment, right? Okay, I'm going to go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 20. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony. So, where do you find the law? It's written here. Okay, did He say to the religion? Did He say to the Christianity, Baptist, Protestant, witness of Jehovah? No. He said, well, to the law is written here, is found in the Torah, the first 5 book of who? Moses. Okay? He said, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word. For example, if I do not speak according to the word of the Most High, I'm literally what? An antichrist. I'm literally a wicked, right? I'm going off. He said, well, if they speak not according to this word, that means you, the Israelite, the so-called black, native Indian, and Latino, we must do everything according to this word and to the law and to the testimony. He said, it is because there is no light in them. So any of you or me, anytime we do anything, whether it be our work, in our house, with our kid, if we don't do it based on this law or this testimony, is because there is no light in us. That means we literally were in darkness. We are in darkness. I'm going to go to the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 11. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 11. If any man speak like the way I'm doing right now, I'm speaking right, okay. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracle of God. So what are the oracle of God? The law, the commandment written here. The prophecy. Those are the oracle of the Most High. If any man minister, like the way I'm doing it, ministering, teaching, waking up the people, he said, let him do it as of the ability which God gave him. What is the ability the Most High gave? This Bible, his word. That God in all things may be glorified through Amashiach Yahweh, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. So that's the reason why I start with those 3 verses, for it's important. It's more than important. We must keep God's commandment. Then I go to the book of Exodus chapter 32, verse 33. This is the book of Exodus chapter 32, verse 33. Exodus chapter 32 and verse 33. Okay? And I'm reading. He said, and the Lord said unto Moses, so, whosoever has sinned against me, him will I blot out of my book. So, what you're talking about? John 3:16? No. God so loved the world, he gave? No. That's a lie. The Most High set up a foundation. What do you need to build a house? Foundation. And you need what? A really good, strong, good sounding foundation. For without a such foundation, the house is going to collapse. And that's what Christ was speaking about. When we go in the book of Matthew, Luke, Christ referred to the same thing. Okay? I'm going to read again. And the Lord said unto Moses, whosoever, anyone among the Israelites, is not because I am Israelite or you Israelite, that means you can do whatever now. You can't do that. He said, and the Lord said unto Moses, whosoever has sinned against me, him will I blot out of my book. So very simple. Let's go to the book of Leviticus chapter 5, verse 17. Leviticus chapter 5, verse 17. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 5, verse 17. And if a soul sin and commit any of these things which are forbidden, what are the things forbidden? You can't eat no pork. Don't eat no fish. You ain't got no fin and scale. You can't eat no rat, mouse, snake, all the wickedness, all the abomination. You can't be a faggot. You can't be a homosexual, right? You can't be a pedophile, okay? All the law, everything, you must keep the Sabbath, right? Friday sundown to Saturday sun. The only thing we got on this earth, brother and sister, is this word, the law, his testimony, okay? We ain't got none. For our leader, the one who's supposed to be leading us, teaching us the righteous thing, the law, the commandment of the Most High, they failed doing so. Why? Because of rebelliousness, right? So, therefore, do not come here trying to lie in. No. We must keep the law and the commandment of the Most High. That's it. You don't get on with this program, you will perish. Simple. He said, and if a soul sin and commit any of these things which are forbidden to be done by the commandment of the law, though he wills not, yet he is guilty. So whoever among you Israel, the 12 of Israel, the so-called Latino, Native Indian, the so-called black, okay, you are guilty if you break any of this law. He said, and shall bear his iniquity. So the Most High ain't going to play game with you. Leviticus chapter 23. Leviticus chapter 23 and verses 30. So this is the book of Leviticus chapter 23 verse 30. And whatsoever soul, he said, anyone among the Israelites, it be that does any work in that same day. Which day is he talking about? The Sabbath day. Friday sundown, Saturday sundown. No work. We must not be doing any work. No cooking, no selling, no shopping. None of this work. Rest. Period. We must rest. The only thing we are allowed to do is what? Teaching our people, waking up our people, whatever on the street, whatever you want to make a video, whatever you can do, okay, bringing forth this truth to the people, the poor. The poor are the ones, they don't know this law. They were not taught this thing, right? So that's what we must do. That's the only thing. He said, and whatsoever soul it be that does any work in that same day, okay, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. Who is that I? The Most High. The Most High say, I'll kill anyone who break my Sabbath. Today, maybe no one will touch you, but the Most High will do. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 24, 16. Deuteronomy 24, 16. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 16. Let's see what the Most High say. Deuteronomy 24, verses 16. And the Most High say, the father shall not be put to death for the children. So, if I commit a sin, the Most High will kill me. Okay? Not my father. The same way, if my father commit a sin, the Most High won't kill me. He'll kill my father. That's how the Most High say, whoever commit a sin, whoever mess up, go against me, I'm going to destroy that soul. It's simple, right? He said, the father shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin. So, everyone be put to death for their own sin. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 20. I'm going to read. It says, Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 20. The Lord would not spare him, but then the anger of the Lord and his jealousy shall smoke. What does it mean to smoke? Kill, burn, destroy against that man. And all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him, and the Lord shall blot out his name from under the heaven. Blot out, when the Most High blot your name out, you're done. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verses 10 through 11. The book of Isaiah, chapter 3. Isaiah chapter 3. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 3, verses 10 through 11. He said, say ye to the righteous, that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doing. So, the fruit of your doing is what you get reward based on whatever you do or whatever you did. It's simple, right? He said, woe unto the wicked. What does it mean, woe? Woe is an old English. It's a quick word for destruction. That means destruction unto the wicked, right? It shall be ill. What does it mean to be ill? Sick. It shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. So the reward of your hand, whatever you sow, you must reap it. It's simple, right? Let's go to the book of Psalm, chapter 9, verses 5. We'll go to Psalm chapter 9, verses 5. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 9, verses 5. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 9, verses 5. I'm going to read it. So, thou hast rebuked the heathen, thou hast destroyed the wicked. So, the Most High rebuked the heathen. The heathen are any other nation that is outside of Israel. So, the heathen are the other 17 nations. For the Most High created only 18 nations. Not 147, okay, that's garbage. And if you believe, or if somebody asks you what's your nationality, you say you're a Christian, that's another lie. Christianity is the religion man made to deceive and control the whole world, right? There's no religion in the Bible. So I'm going to read it again. Thou hast rebuked the heathen, thou hast destroyed the wicked, thou hast put out the name forever and ever. So the Most High destroyed them forever and ever. So this is the book of Psalm chapter 69 and verse 28. Psalm 69, 28. This is the book of Psalm chapter 69 verse 28. He said, let them be blotted out of the book of living and be now written with the righteous. You see? Let them be blotted out. So you get destroyed. Your name get taken and you get destroyed, you get put to death. 2 Kings chapter 14 and verse 6. I'm going to read it. This is the book of 2 Kings chapter 14 and verse 6. 2 Kings 14 and verse 6. But the children of the murderers he slew not. Why he didn't slew them? Why? Because they were not the murderer. But who is the murderer? The father. Right? He said, by the children of the murderers he slew not, according unto which is written in the book of the law of Moses, wherein the Lord commanded, saying, the father shall not be put to death for the children, nor the children be put to death for the father, but every man shall be put to death for his own sin. So simple, like I say. You break the law, mommy help me, mommy save me, daddy please can you? No, he's not going down. The Most High will kill you. It doesn't matter. Call daddy 25 times. Call your pastor. Call whoever you want to call. The Most High will say deal with you. The Most High will put your ass to death. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I can't do anything about it. My dad can't do anything about it, right? So Ezekiel, let's go to the book of Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel 3 and 18. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 3 verses 18. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 3 verses 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die. The Moses said the wicked is going to die. Whether it be a politician, a congressman, whether it be a manager, whether it be a brother, a sister, anyone's wicked. The Moses said, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him no warning, like the way I'm doing. We got to warn the brother and sister. We got to wake up and keep God's commandment, right? Now, speaking to warn the wicked from his wicked way. So, when you see somebody doing wickedness, stealing, robbing, trying to rape somebody, trying to do all this idolatry, bowing down to the rocks, right? Bowing down to the cross, wearing a cross, thinking this is Jesus. You know what? If I don't rebuke or we don't rebuke the person, the Most High asks the blood of the person from us. We don't want that. He said to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity. But his blood will I require at thy hand. He said, yeah, if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his weakness, not from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So you guys, many of you be running talking about God so loved John 3:16. John 3:16 ain't talking about that. This cat John 3:16, okay? I'm going to go to the book of Ezekiel chapter 18 and verses 4. Then I'm going to jump to 20. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 18 verses 4. It says, behold, all souls are mine. All the souls belong to the Most High, okay? As the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son is mine. The soul that sinned, it shall die. Again, the reason why I'm bringing the same precept, that's how we must read the Bible. That's how the Most High commanded we must read the Bible. Precept upon precept. Here, there, line upon line. Okay? Not the way the pastor told you, oh, you don't even read the Bible. You got a Bible sitting in your house. You don't touch it. Packed with what? Dust. All you do is run your mouth all day long. Talking about me logic, me this, all this. That's evil. That's weakness. Okay? I'm going to jump to verses 20. In verses 20, he said, the soul that sinneth, it shall die. Okay? The soul that sinneth shall die. The Son shall not bear the iniquity of the Father, neither shall the Father bear the iniquity of the Son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon the wicked. So you do wicked, the wickedness coming upon you. John 8:24. Let's go over there. This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 24. Let's see what the Most High say. Through his only begotten Son, Mashiach Yahawashi. 8 verse 24. I said therefore unto you that you shall die in your sin. So I thought Jesus died for everybody. I thought Jesus said he died, the whole world be saved. But why is he saying this? Because this, if it's true that he died for the whole world, he will never say this. Right? Or that means he's contradicting himself. No. The Bible does not contradict itself. The Most High is not the author of confusion. No. Because you believe in the lie that the church taught you. That's why you don't get the Bible. You must keep the commandment of the Most High, the commandment and the law. Then guess what? The Most High will give you understanding. The Holy Ghost will dwell with you. So this is the book of John chapter 8 verse 24. This is the word of Christ. It's in red. He said, I said therefore unto you that ye shall die in your sin. For if ye believe not that I am, ye shall die in your sin. Because a lot of people say, but no one sees Jesus Christ. We don't know how he look like. That's the spirit of Antichrist. If you believe so, anyone that believes so, you are Antichrist. Literally, straight up. We can bring it out in the book of John, 1 John, chapter 4, chapter 2, and chapter 5, right? We bring it out. Why? You cannot say, anyone who say, oh, color doesn't matter, or, okay, no one see him. You know what? That's the spirit of the Antichrist. You literally an Antichrist. It doesn't matter. You can call Jesus all day long you want, right? So let's go to the book of Romans chapter 2. I'm going to read 6 through 9. So this is the book of Romans chapter 2. Romans chapter 2, verses 6 through 9. It says, who will render to every man according to his deed. So the Most High render to every man according to his deed. To them who by patience continues in well doing seek for glory. We seek the glory of the Most High through his only begotten Son, Mashiach Yahawashi. And honor and immortality. What is immortality? Is keeping the law and the commandment of the Most High, right? Eternal life. But unto them that are contentious, right, and do not obey the truth. If you don't obey the truth, it simply means you don't keep the law and the commandment of the Most High. The truth are the law and the commandment of the Most High. But obey unrighteousness. Yeah, we can be faggot, we can kill people, we can rope, we can go do this, wickedness, we can eat shrimp. Yeah, I'm not gonna die. I can eat pizza with pepperoni, all the wickedness. I can eat shrimp, okay, rat, all the wickedness. He said, well, but obey unrighteousness, indignation and wrath, tribulation and anguish upon every soul of man that does evil, and the Jew first, and also unto the Gentile. Why did he say the Jew first? Because the Jew, he's referring to the one living in Jerusalem. Now when he say Gentile, are the Israelite, the Jew that was scattered already in Europe and Minor Asia. That's where Paul wrote letter to them. Okay, the other northern kingdom, which are the 10 tribes, were taken already war. The captive, they were taken captive by who? The king of Assyria, right? So he carried them unto Assyria. But later the Most High have mercy upon them and delivered them and brought them to the land called today America. The original name was Assyria. When you go in the book of 7 Ezra, it tell you, it literally written down there. Okay? So I'm going to go to Romans chapter 6 verse 23. Because many of you always like to say Jesus died for everyone. Oh, well, no, that's a lie. Okay, this is the book of Romans chapter 6 verse 23. For the wages of sin is death. Simple, man. If you sin against the Most High, you don't keep this law, this commandment, you're going to perish. You're going to die. It's not complicated. It's the Most High made it that way. Okay? He said, but the gift of the Most High is eternal life through Amashiach Yahweh our Lord. How would you get it? You must keep the commandment. Matthew 5:17 through 20. Christ said, think not I come to destroy the Lord nor the prophet. Simple, man. You lie in the name of Paul all day long, man. You lie in the name of Christ all day long. You don't grab this scripture. It's too heavy, man. It's not for everybody. These are written with dark saying. It's not for anybody just jump on the Bible, flip it, read it. No. Even though you read, you won't get it. You won't even believe it. You won't even believe it. So it's simple, man. We're going to keep it bringing it up, man. So we're going to go to the book of Romans chapter 8 again. So this is the book of Romans chapter 8. We read from verses 5 through 9. So this is the book of Romans chapter 8 verses 5. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the thing of the flesh. I want to buy this car. I want this house. I want this fancy Lamborghini. I want to buy this. I want all about the flesh. I want this money. I want to be rich. I want to be this. I want to buy this big townhouse. That's what you worry about all day long, right? I need 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I want to make money. Okay, let's see. He said what? But they that are after the spirit. So the spirit what? The spirit the Bible speaks of is this Bible. That's why Christ said in the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 32 or 36, he said, well, seek ye first the kingdom. He didn't say seek first money. No. He said, seek ye first the kingdom. How do you see the kingdom? You keep the commandment written in this Bible. The law of the commandment. That's what you got to do. You can't seek the kingdom while you put on your money first and then the most after. No. 2 different things. You can't serve 2 masters. No. Either you love one or you hate the other one. It's simple. Okay? He said what? He said, for to be carnally minded, so you carnally minded, all you do is after the flesh, you lust after the flesh. I want to wear this, I want this, I want to do this. He said, what? It's death to be carnally minded. You call yourself Christian, you got to wake up and get out of this church. You must get out and keep the commandment of the Most High. The Lord not done away with it, man. But to be spiritual minded is life and peace. You see that? To be spiritual minded, that means you fear the Most High, you keep the Sabbath. You stay away from all the abominable things. You don't worship idol. You burn the cross you have in your house. Okay? All the wickedness. Because the carnal mind is enmity. What does it mean to be enmity? It's against. That means anti-God and anti-Christ. It's simple. It's the same word. It just worded differently, right? He said, because the carnal mind is enmity, that means against, right, the Most High. For it is not subject to the law of God. You see? That means you want to go by the mind. That means you are not subject to the law of the Most High. We all are subject to the law of the Most High. But if you choose not to keep the law of the Most High, you will perish. You will die. I can't help out with that. The only thing I can do is to bring forth the law of the Most High, to let you know that you must keep. Repent and go back to the Most High. It's simple. He said, well, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please God. You can't please God when you go after the flesh. You cannot. It's impossible. Right? But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. That means you are keeping the law, the one. So Paul was referring to the Israelites keeping the law in Rome, right? If so be that the spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Amashiach, he is none of his. You see? So you are not of Christ. And if Christ being you, the body is dead because of sin, but the spirit is life because of righteousness. Righteousness. Okay? It's simple, man. I'm going to read verse 15. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear. We can be scared. Oh, my manager won't let me have the Sabbath of no. Oh, I'm scared. No, we ain't scared. That's the Most High. We fear the Most High. That's the Most High. We go by the Most High. We don't care what men say. No. Okay? He said, well, for ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, is the Hebrew word, me, Father, Father. Right? I'm going to go to the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verses 8. Revelation, chapter 13, verses 8. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verses 8. And I'm going to read it. 13, verses 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. Who? We worship who? Esau. We worship who? The devil. The so-called who? White men. They're the devil. You don't know that, you don't believe it, you won't believe it. You won't believe it. Right? Whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. So, why? Because everybody wants to do whatever they say. But as soon as a Latino or a dark-skinned person tell you something, you don't want to listen. As soon as Esau says, you say, yes, sir. You're down for it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. That's what you do all day long. The book of Revelation. Let's go over there. Chapter 21. Let's go over there. We'll read verse 27. This is the book of Revelation 21, verse 27. And there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defile. So what defile? Weakness, evil, idolatry, fornication, girlfriend, boyfriend. You ain't going to make it to the kingdom. There's no boyfriend, girlfriend in the Bible. No. Esau made it up to deceive us, right? There is no boyfriend, girlfriend in the Bible. No, once you sleep with a woman, that's your wife. Straight up, period. He said, what? He said, and that shall in no wise enter into anything that defile, neither whatsoever work abomination. Abomination, like I say. Okay, neither whatsoever work abomination or make a lie. So if you lie, you ain't going to make it to the kingdom. But that which are written in the Lamb's book of life. Who is the Lamb? Christ. What is his book? This Bible. Simple. It's not the book of the dead. It's not the Quran. I don't care. It's not the book of the Indian religion. It's not. The Bible is the only living book. Period. I don't care what you feel. We don't care how you believe it or whether you don't believe it. It doesn't matter. This is the book of Revelation still. I'm going to read 20 and verses 12. Right? This is the book of Revelation 20 verses 12. I'm going to read it. He say, and I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open, and another book was opened, which is the book of life, the Bible, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. You see, according to your work. I'm going to go to the book of Romans, the last scripture. Book of Romans, chapter 1, verses 28. I'm going to read it. This is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verses 28. And even as they did not like to retain God, they didn't like to retain the Most High in their knowledge. They don't want to worry about the Lord. They want to do whatever they want. Go to the restaurant, eat the diner in this city or whatever. He said, well, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisper, backbiter, hater of God, antichrist, despiteful, proud, boaster, inventor of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who, knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. Okay? Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do that. Simple, bro. Brothers and sisters, all praise to the Most High. I hope this was a edifying video. Wake the hell up, keep the commandment of the Most High. All praise to the Most High through his only begotten Son.